Yo, what's up guys, Miniman of Steel back again with another video. Today is my first history topic, and today I will be talking about the history of the United States of America. Now, before we get started, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment down below. Now, history of the United States began when America signed in the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution in the year 1776, hence why we have July 4th as a holiday. When America became independent, Britain launched a war called the Revolutionary War, or maybe some call it the American Revolution. It was determined to see if America were to be a free and independent nation or a colony. And of course, like always, America wins the war and is born. Now, throughout American history, America goes through some changes and gains more and more land. Hence the Louisiana Purchase, the annexation of Florida, and the taking land from Mexico. First war where America gains land is the War of 1812, where America fights Britain. America wins. Next, like I said, the Mexican-American War, where America expands, takes a lot of the western lands, and defeats Mexico, adding Texas and a few other parts of land to the nation. America also, after that, is the Civil War. Now, America has known for committing many atrocities, one of them having slavery, but it all changes after the Civil War between the northern states, the Union, and the Confederate States, the South. Even after the Civil War ended, racism was a big thing, and a lot of bad things happened. Years after is the Spanish-American War, where to keep Spain out of the Americas, which Spain betrayed the Monroe Doctrine, where it was to keep all the European nations and colonizers out of the Americas. Eventually worked in the end. After the Spanish-American War, the world was at peace, until right before World War II, the Russian-Japanese War between Japan and Russia, which Japan won. Then the First World War, World War I / the Great War, and the war to end all wars. America hadn't entered the war until 1917, because it remained completely neutral and wanted to stay out of Europe's problems, which, if you ask me, America should stay out of Europe's problems. Europeans don't deserve to have America. They should figure out their own stuff. During the World War I, there were empires competing for each other to see who's stronger. The Russian Empire followed to the Bolsheviks, which became the Soviets. Germany, after the war, became poor. In the late 20s, early 30s, the stock market crashed, which made countries have a failed economic system, even the United States. And throughout the 30s was horrible for everyone, even the U.S. The 20s was called the Roaring 20s, so everyone was prospering. During the 30s, Germany rose up into power, became the Third Reich. World War II happened. Germany and Russia even though they weren't allies, were expanding their lands because they were both empirical. Germany conquered most of Europe. France fell. Britain was on its own. Japan and Italy became part of the Axis as well. America, like the First World War, stay out of it until an enemy nation. I forgot to mention Germany in the first one was the reason why America joined. Second World War was because of Japan. And because of Japanese invasion, America decided to lock up any and all Japanese Americans in camps because they thought they were spies of the Japanese Empire. But eventually, Roosevelt, the man who got the America out of the Great Depression, aka the stock market crash, was because of the war. And he allowed Japanese Americans to be a part of the United States military. And the reason why they were locked up, it was also because the invasion of Hawaii, Pearl Harbor of Hawaii. So America enters the war, helps the British. The Germans invaded Russia, making them a part of the Allies. D-Day happened. D-Day means Deliverance Day. It takes Normandy, France, and takes the rest of the country. America launches an invasion up to Italy, which meant the Axis in Europe had fallen. But however,